Hello viewers, this is Kariithi Talks, and again we are in another episode of Kariithi Talks. With me I have a special guest and he's going to introduce himself. So sir, please, you can introduce yourself, you can look at your camera and let the audience know who you are.
Okay, my name is Nathan Bronze Ansari Asiago. I'm a film and animation lecturer and also do broadcast training at Multimedia University of Kenya in the Department of Film and Broadcast. So that's my area. I'm also a specialist in theater. That's what I was trained on, and not forgetting broadcast.
Great, you have had it. And sir, now that you are in the university, where we are at when we are talking about a CBE curriculum, we are having a big and a huge challenge in the selection of the subjects. Right now, the grade 9s are selecting their subjects. And one of the confusion that has come is the understanding of, are we taking our careers in senior school, that is year 10, 11 and 12, or are we going to take our careers in the university? There is that confusion.
No, I don't think there should be confusion, because Kenya is not the first country to do such a kind of or give such kind of options at high school. I think we call it the junior and senior level. So at the senior level, they will start picking on the career path. And I think it's a good thing. As we move up, the students start realizing what they are good at. Sometimes we have forced some students to really perform so poorly because they are doing something which they don't like, which they are not talented in, and then they are not gifted in. But when they are given an opportunity to select a particular career path at that level, it becomes so easier for them to really to be masters of that particular area. And what I think is, as they prepare to come to the university, they'll be more prepared not only to be job seekers, but also to be entrepreneurs in those particular fields which they have chosen. So the CBET kind of education system is a godsend. However, some people, there are quite a number of doubting Thomases on that, in terms of the cost, in terms of how we'll be able to balance between the poor communities and the rich communities, the poor schools which don't have facilities and those ones which have facilities. But I think as the government moves on, they have to invest more, and also the private sector in terms of those people who run private schools. I think they should be very well prepared, and they should move towards empowering their institutions to offer the best. And the quality assurance department should also look into that the level of infrastructure is up to the task.
Great. Where do we draw the line? Like, for example, I am doing this type of a career, or I took this career path in the, for example, I take a career path in STEM, and then I do media. Okay. Then someone else has taken arts and sports, and they have done film. So when we come to the university, which department are we going to go to? Are we going to go to the science-oriented department, those who did media, and those who are doing film, are they going to go to the arts? So will they do BA science, actually BS, BSc, or will they do BA when they have done media? Because currently, I believe in the university, media is at the BA, sure. Bachelor of Arts.
I think whosoever who advised the developers of the syllabus or the system on the issue of film and the media. I think there was an error there, according to my opinion. However, I think they looked at the film and looked at the weight in terms of the performing arts, the drama aspect, and so it's more of an art in that regard. But at the same time, they really did not give a lot of consideration on the technical aspects in terms of film, whereby we have the camera, which is very technical to handle. In fact, in other jurisdictions, you'll find that anybody who handles a camera must be somebody who has done physics, maybe up to degree level or diploma level, because camera is more of a high level of technology. It involves a lot of technological kind of approaches in terms of the lens, in terms of the electronics within it, the capture card or memory card and all that. There's a lot of physics in it. But in Kenya, we have actually allowed mostly camera personnel in Kenya are not scientists. So they have taken it into the art because of the performer, not the crew. When it comes to animation, there's more of technical approaches. Of course, some of the best animators are not scientists, but we use the scientifically created tools, which are very technical to understand and requires a lot of time to learn on how to utilize the computer, the softwares which are used in this. Then when it comes to editing, also the same, because we have moved from the analog editing, we used to call it linear to non-linear editing, and we find it's more technical. So when you look at film, the script writing, the performance, it goes more also into the arts. However, even when we are doing script writing in film, you realize we call it a craft, which is more of a craft rather than an art, because there is always a form which we follow. There is a structure that we follow in terms of writing the script. I find it a bit difficult to really find film in the art, yet we get media in the sciences. There are a lot of similarities. Yes. When it comes to the media, there is the art of news collecting, there is the art of documentary production, which is actually also in the film. There is a feature production, which is also in the film. The television feature can be done on film. Commercials production, that's advertisements, that's for TV, even for radio, but more so for TV. You'll find it also done in the film, and the approach is actually a film approach. Yes. The scripts we write, especially the single column scripts, it's in film, it's also in the broadcast line. The only difference here is news and narrative story. That's the only difference. Yes. And these two areas, I think I could advise maybe the government or the Minister of Education to look into it, so that they can see which one should be shifted to the other. But I prefer maybe we could have another fourth career path, because film and media is empowered by technology, which is more scientific. And then at the end, we have the artistic approach. So we should weigh and see where does it fall most. Most of these productions require a particular form, a particular kind of structure, a particular kind of layout. And these are, let me call it, it's not the right term, but for lack of a correct terminology, let me call it, there's a formula in which all these content is produced. Yes. Be news, be a documentary, be a television feature, be a feature film. For those who don't understand what a feature film is, it's a dramatic kind of film. There's the animation. There is that approach. There's also TV drama, where we have got the sitcoms, the serials, the series, and also reality programs, shows. So you find there's a lot of similarities. The personnel, leave alone the people in front of the camera, but behind the camera, the personnel is the same in most cases. And most of the film ones can always cross over to media. Maybe sometimes they are broadcaster, but sometimes a few of broadcast can also cross to film. So there's a really challenge in that, but all the same, we have to move. It's also an advantageous for the student who hoped to choose the arts and sports. They can always find a way to go into the media through film, and these ones who are in the science can also find a way in the future, and that I think should be allowed at the university level to find their way into the film or the arts, which will be easier. Now, on the arts, we have also theater, arts, and music and such like. I think they are all that.
Yes.
But you find music has gone also so tech in terms of using AI apps, and not only music, even film.
Even film.
Yes. Nowadays, you can actually, with the good guidance, you can do a script using AI or ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And other applications can also be utilized in getting some of the best scripts, provided the script writer knows how the script is done, because the AI works better when the user knows how to utilize it well and is an expert. So it's not just there for anybody to use. People might argue that it will replace the script writers. No, it will not.
Yeah, there's that notion.
That one, I think I've interacted with those softwares.
Yes.
It depends on how much you feed into it. Yeah, it's like typing a letter. If you type O, you get O. If you type P, you get P. If you type F, you get F. I mean, there's no shortcut. You cannot just allow it to. It has made work easier.
Yes, actually, the whole idea is it's making work easier.
Yes, but the human aspect has to be there. I don't think we'll replace, but we'll do faster.
Yes.
That is what's going to happen.
Okay. If I may ask, is there a clear intake structure currently in the universities on how CBC students, after they finish grade 12, will join the universities?
Yeah, there isn't so far, but the universities individually are working onto it, and there's a structure which has been developed, and it's being initiated by the Commission of University Education, and they're working on it so that universities can be preparing for the CBT. Students will be joining university in, I think, 2029. And so the faculty members have been informed. Like in my university, we have had a workshop to that regard, and so we are more prepared to start reviewing our syllabuses, so that they can be in sync with the CBT. So once we review that, we will be able to make the more student-centered kind of programs, so that the students are more involved in the practical process, in the research process, and this makes students to be more exposed and more prepared for the industry out there. So the universities are working individually. They are not being put together as the basic education they have done, but we are undertaking it. And also there was also that issue of reducing the number of years at the university, because currently for most courses we take a student for 4 years.
4 years, yes.
Engineering, it's I think 5 years. And so this is going to change and reduce.
Okay.
Because these students will have been introduced to that line of education or career path.
Yes.
So they have a lot of information which we should not repeat when they come to the university.
Yes.
So as at the university level, as we prepare these programs, we have to be alive to the fact that there is a lot of units or subjects at the high school level. That's grade 10, 11, 12. That will have covered most of the areas that we intend to cover,
yes,
as the students join the university. So it will be prudent for us to go to a higher level on those particular areas, rather than just doing a repetition of what they will have covered.
Okay. So my thinking or my question, let me first ask, because I'm not sure whether this exists. Is there a collaboration between what is happening right now in grade 9 in the selection of the pathways with the universities, so that there's a sync, that someone selects this and they actually know the way in 844 it is clear that if I want to do engineering, then I will need mathematics, this and this and this to join the university for this particular course. In 844, it's already almost clear, because everybody knows this is the subjects that I need for me to do a particular course in the university. So is there a synchrony or a collaboration right now between the universities and the schools or the Ministry of Education at this point?
No, there isn't. Actually, I think that that link has only now been being developed with the universities. And what we are supposed to do is for us now to get the documentations on those pathways at the high school, look into the books that which will have been approved by the Ministry of Education to be utilized at the we call it
senior school. Yes.
Senior school. And then from there we can now develop our programs while considering what they have already covered from there. But what is going to be the same is there's that a student-based kind of approach.
Yes.
Which we have to borrow from the
CBE.
Yeah, CBE. Yeah.
So the mainly now it's about the change in terms of methodology to the teaching methodology to adopt what the CBC curriculum or the CBE curriculum is advocating.
Sure.
Yeah.
But some of us who teach these practical courses like film and media,
yes,
especially me, I found myself that I have actually been using that kind of approach because my approach is always a student-centered.
Yes.
So I work step by step. I organize my work in such a way that like if students are supposed to produce a particular genre of a film, from the idea level to the point of producing that film, I have to work with them and I have to give them tasks step by step until they finalize their project. So in my case, I think it will be so easy. I'll easily fit in.
Okay.
And it is not going to be a challenge for me. However, there'll be just a little bit of adjustment in terms of the score, the grading of these units that they undertake in the university. In most cases, we have 70-30, that's 70% to be on the written exam, which is done at the end of the semester, before 2 hours. Then we have got 30, that's for theory papers. We have got 30%, which is CAT, continuous assessment test. This continuous assessment test does not mean that you have to create a question so that they can sit in class maybe for 30 minutes and answer the questions. Now, CAT should be really assessing the students either practical, and more so practically during the teaching process of the whole semester. Now, this is going to change, that the marks will be really readjusted. For the final exam, it might actually come down to around 40. And the 60 might go now back to CATs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is for sure, it's going to be changed.
Okay.
So the final year or final semester exam is going to carry a very small percentage, which should be around 40 or 30%. And then the CAT will carry around 60 or 70%. That will now make the CBT work effectively at the university level.
Okay. Then majority of the people who have written books, even the developers of the curriculum itself, are actually university lecturers. So why is there no good collaboration between the CBC itself, the schools, and the people who actually developed the curriculum itself? Because I believe that majority of them are actually the lecturers.
Yeah, I think that's true. But what happens is that this is now on individual lecturers who want to learn what is at the other side. So for example, myself, I have to put myself into learning what these the developers of the curriculum wanted, and I understood it. Once I understood it, now, as in the process of writing a book, I have to write it as per their requirements, and they also have these objectives within each of the units, and then how to fulfill those objectives in the process of writing. At the same time, it has to be student oriented. There will be two books here in most cases. There will be a student's book, and then there will be
the teacher's book.
Book, which is a guidebook. And so the students will be doing quite a lot of research, a lot of watching in terms of still that's research. And so they get to understand more. They get to be exposed to more kind of material rather than depending on what the lecturer or the teacher comes into class and delivers. So the work of the teacher will be more of guiding and assisting the students to do the right thing. And in the process, the student will be more informed, and I think this will be a better way of doing it. Now, coming back to your question, the lecturers are the majority in terms of the people who write these books. This is because of the information they have at the higher level, and now they are actually cascading it down to these grades 10, 11, and 12, so that we simplify what is in the university to be good enough for a young student at the senior school to really get a grasp of what is likely to be facing at the or be trained on at the university level. So it is easier for somebody who knows what is on the other side to really come down to this.
To the other side, yes.
Yeah, because what is actually happening, we are kind of bringing some of the areas we cover at the university into this level. Unlike somebody who's teaching at the senior school level, who doesn't really know some of the areas on how they are trained, on how they are packaged at the university. So it will be difficult for such a person to be able to really know what to bring down and what to leave the other level, that's the university level.
Okay.
And I think that's why the writers of these books is more populated with lecturers from the universities.